What's going on, guys? This is Adam from the Ernster Sanctuary here, and today we're going to do my 1,000 subscribers Q&A. Hope you enjoy.
Ever since I was a little boy, I've been passionate about saving and educating people about our wildlife. A sparkle was lit in my eye by the late great Steve Irwin.
Strictly for crocodile conservation.
That sparkle is something I will always be thankful for.
I hope to create the same sparkle for many others. You're watching the Ernster Sanctuary.
Alright guys, so I gave you about a week to submit some questions in for this Q&A, and it's been about a week, so yeah, let's just get started here. Banana's a little feisty, so I just put her up here with her friends. We got some green iguanas and red iguanas in here, and we have a Lewisite hybrid over here from Starborn Reptiles. We have turtles over here, and the Banana's cage right here. Cool, so first question from Niels Beamond. So he asked, how do your parents think about all these reptiles you keep and all the money and space they need? I love reptiles with my entire heart, but I'm stuck at 1 anole and 2 grass lizards. I love to own more. Where is she going? So my parents have always been very supportive of me and my reptiles. Like I've said before, I grew up in Central Florida in Orlando, and I was always catching anoles and little snapping turtles, red-eared sliders. We were always surrounded by wildlife. I remember I caught my first snake when I was 3 years old. It was a black racer. The thing was whipping around like crazy. But yeah, I've always been around animals. My parents have always been supportive of that. I got my first iguana when I was 4 years old. My dad bought it for me. One of the first sentences I could put together was, "Dad, can I get an iguana?" I couldn't really say it right, but I was still pretty young. But yeah, so my parents have always been supportive of it. Monetarily wise, I do work a couple of jobs just to pay for this. I buy all of their food, I buy all my animals, I buy all the cages, everything like that. And space wise, it is pretty tough. I live in Southern California here, and land is really expensive here. But I keep like turtles in tubs, so I get a bunch of space. I just actually set this up the other day. I have another shipment of iguanas coming in on Wednesday, so they're going to go here in the same kind of cage this is. But there's 4 babies in here, which are fine for that. I have another 6-foot cage over here, a little cage for the Lewisite. It's just all about managing your space and knowing how to keep your animals properly, but also at the same time, managing your space, like I said. And honestly, if you love reptiles with all your heart, you'll always find a way to have them, even if it's something little like an anole or a grass lizard. Just owning that animal is going to drive your passion and drive your love for the animals. So you might not have a lot of animals now, but further in life, once you have your own place and you have your own money, it'll be a lot easier for you to keep your own animals. Alright, so Niels has another question here, and he says, you said that you're a busy guy, and I totally understand that. So how do you get all the time needed to care for your lizards, and how much time do they consume? Honestly, my lizards consume a ton of time. I work for 2 or 3 hours a day just cleaning, feeding, giving everybody water, making sure everybody has the right stuff, temps, caging and everything. Here you go. I am in college. I go to a local community college by my house. So, I do have classes and stuff throughout the day, but, essentially whenever I'm not at school, I'm here working on stuff. And, if you want to keep animals properly, you definitely do have to put a lot of work into it. And, you got to do it methodically. You got to plan it out. I'll usually, first thing I do when I wake up is make food for everybody, make salads. And then I usually go to class, come back, make sure everybody has water. If they don't have water, I'll clean their water bowls and give them more water, stuff like that. You just need to be good at managing your time. Saturdays, I usually work with my buddy Mike Renault. I'm sure you guys have seen my episode with him at ADD Reptiles. My whole Saturdays are essentially taken up by his collection. We work on his stuff, we clean all of his stuff, water his stuff, feed his stuff, and work on other projects. Get this one a bigger cage, whatever, do that. Fix this one's cage. So, we're always just constantly running around. And so my Saturdays, I usually just wake up, feed everybody, and then leave. And and then Sunday I'll take care of the rest of the stuff. So it is really time consuming, but I love it. So it's definitely worth my time. All right, cool. So thank you, Niels, for sending that in. Next question is by Ruby Reptiles. He says, "Great video, man. My question is, are you going to keep snakes in the future?" Thanks for the support, man. Really appreciate it. And to answer your question, the reason why I haven't really kept snakes is because I don't like feeding rodents. It's not really my cup of tea. But I have been working with Mike recently, and he has snakes there that I obviously take care of and have to feed rodents and everything. So I'm getting a little bit more used to it. In terms of snakes that I actually enjoy, I really like his albino olive pythons. Those things are so rad. Those things are awesome. And just like some of the carpet pythons I think are so cool and stuff like that. So maybe down the line I'll keep snakes. As of right now though, I think it's a lot easier, I think, and less expensive as well to keep vegetarians, which is essentially all I have. Some of the turtles eat worms and stuff like that, but that's easy to take care of. Yeah, I definitely think I'll probably have snakes in the future, but that's sort of down the line. Thanks for the question, man. Alright, next question is by Gecko Guy 360. How many reptiles do you own? Oh gosh, gotta think about this. Alright, banana, 4 in here, so that's 5, 6, 3 Chinese box turtles, 9, 2 pink-bellied side necks, 11, 1 peninsula cooter, 12. So I have Big Red, Shmoo, and Zeus in one enclosure, so that's 15. Another albino, another red, and a blue iguana in another cage, so that's 18. And then I have 3 more reds, including Chief, which is a redhead albino, in another cage, so that's 21. And then I have a sulcata tortoise, 22. Most of them are lizards. I have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 chelonian species, I guess, turtles and tortoises, and the rest are iguanids, essentially. So yeah, thanks for the question, man. Really appreciate it. On to the next one. Here. So chill up there, bub. Okay, so the next question is by Righteous Reptiles. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. And what is your dream job? My dream job would to be essentially what Steve Irwin did. Educating people, not just reptile people or animal people, but the general public about how important biodiversity is on our planet and how important endangered species are. Just traveling the world and seeing these species for myself and being able to share that with so many people. I think that is definitely my #1 job in the world. I've wanted to do that since I was 3 years old, and I could actually understand Steve Irwin on the TV screen. That's the only thing I've wanted to do. That's what I strive for every day. That's what I help people with when they ask questions, stuff like this. I'm just always trying to help people about animals and stuff like that. So yeah, I plan to do that. Like, my dream job would be that. But on the side, I want to be either a marine biologist or an environmental science teacher, either at the college level or the high school level. I think everybody should take an environmental science class just so you know what's going on in our world. Most classes you take in high school are, geometry, U.S. history, what else? World history, stuff like that. And yes, it's very important to know that stuff. I think environmental science, I've taken 3 or 4 environmental science classes, and they're just so important just to know what's going on in the world, and how every little decision you make in life can affect our planet. And I think it's very important that we know sustainability and live on this planet with the mindset of knowing how we affect it and how it can affect iguanas or rhinos or turtles, sea turtles, our food chain, the oceans, rainforest, stuff like that. I think it's very important to know that. So I definitely want to be, during the school year, I want to be a teacher, educate at that level, at the high school or college level, and just educate that way. But then I also want to have my own either TV show, Netflix series, YouTube channel that can reach a broad audience and a lot. Jeez, girl, what is your deal? That can reach a good amount of people. So, that essentially educate people is what I want to do. So, yeah, thanks for the question, man. I'm really glad you asked that one. I really want to share that with you guys. So, yeah, we'll move on to the next one. Alright, next question from Joey Gonzalez. He asks, have you ever thought of working with monitor lizards? If so, what species do you work with, or would you want to work with? If you guys don't know, I do, like I said earlier, I do work with Mike Renault at ADD Reptiles. So yeah, if you guys have seen my one of my videos with it's called A Visit with ADD Reptiles. I'll put a link to it right on the screen right now. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. We do work with a ton of monitor species. I'll throw some of them up right now. Let's see if I can name them all. Varanus primordius, blackthroat monitors. We have spinulosus monitors. savannas, green tree monitors. Let's see, green tree monitors, Argus monitors, white throat monitors, a Mertens water monitor. I think that's about it. So I do have a lot of experience with monitors. I've had Savannas and stuff like that before. I've had Niles and Timor monitors. I definitely want to keep monitors, but again, I just don't like feeding rodents. I don't know why. I just don't. So I definitely do know that there are some insect eating monitors, which I'll probably get into those. But my dream species of monitor would probably be the Mertens water monitor. That thing is so cool. Varanus mertensi from parts of Australia where it's wetlands and they have lakes and ponds and rivers and stuff. It's a semi-aquatic species, so that's definitely a species high up on my list. And yeah, I also want to work with Ackie monitors. I think those guys are really cool. I know those guys mainly eat a lot of insects. You can't feed them rodents, but I've seen people keep them on strictly an insectivore diet. So yeah, if I can do that, I probably will. But right now, my main focus is just turtles and tortoises, the endangered ones, and then iguanomorphs. So yeah, thanks for the question. Alright guys, this is the last question for the Q&A, and I don't think I missed any. Maybe I did. If you asked a question and I didn't get to it, let me know. I will do a special Q&A just for you. And the last question here is from Harry Newton, one of my good friends on social media. Harry asks, what are your future plans with reptiles, and do you have any plans for new projects in the future? Right now, the main thing I'm working with is obviously the iguanas. I have a ton of iguanomorphs. Trying to produce crimsons, hets for this, het for that, crossing them. Well, that's the first thing I started. That's the majority of my collection. But I'm trying to push that away for a little bit and work with the endangered species of turtles and tortoises. Those definitely need our help, like I've said in videos past. So yeah, I really love the Cora genus. Like I said, I have 3 Chinese box turtles. But those guys are just such fun characters, and they're such beautiful animals. And Chinese box turtles are functionally extinct in the wild as of this year. I think the TSA held a census, and there wasn't enough in the wild to keep the population thriving into the future. So the majority of them are in captive collections. And Cora species are just so expensive. I mean, these turtles used to go for $10 back in the 80s. They would just ship them in, and it would be a $10 turtle. But now, a baby costs $500, and an adult costs $1,200 and up. Yeah, I definitely want to work with more Cora species. As soon as my iguanas start breeding, I get some morphs out of that and have a little bit extra money in my pocket. I'll definitely I'm already donating to the TSA, TTPG, and conservation groups like that. I think it's very important to support conservation groups like that. And so once I get some more money in my pocket, I like to help more endangered species. Other projects for the future, I definitely want to work with Shinosaurus more. Those guys are so cool too. I think monkey-tailed skinks are really cool. But like I said, I really want to work on the endangered turtles and tortoises. Would like to get into radiateds, Indotestudos, Geomitis spangleri, all the star tortoises, and stuff that needs our help and needs more conservation and more education. It's really what I want to be working with. So that's the main focus down the line. Yeah, guys, I think that completes our Q&A. If you guys want me to do more of these, I definitely can. They're simple and fun to make. I really enjoy making these guys, and if you guys have questions, I'm always here to ask. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. Yeah, I'm going to start uploading now. I've got a new camera. This thing is amazing. I love it so much. I'll definitely be on the YouTube grind. So like I said, every Monday back with a new video. If you guys have any video ideas, shoot some at me. I'll definitely get those out for you guys. I have some ideas in my head, but it's always nice to have more ideas. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.